Rightmove says 1 in 3 landlords are looking to sell right now, and I'm seeing that with my own eyes because we've just sold this 22-piece property portfolio which brought in £98,000 worth of fees because the landlords said they were just done. But this is what the Renters' Right Act is doing to the market right now. And if you're a deal sourcer, this is a rare window of opportunity where motivated landlords are piling up, and that's where the best fees come from. So in this video, I'll show you why landlords are exiting fast, where the deals are coming from right now, and how to get in front of these landlords before other sources do. Okay, why are landlords panicking? Well, there's a lot of reasons in reality, but here are the 3 that are making the most noise right now, and they're all to do with the fact that the new rules make it harder, slower, and riskier to be a small landlord. So, big change number 1 is that Section 21 is now gone. So landlords can't just take their property back. It used to be really easy before. You could just issue a Section 21 notice and then be done. But since the 1st of May 2026, you can't do that anymore. Now, that's really worrying as a small-time landlord, but the underlying problem is this. The landlord will have less control over their rental income. You see, before, if a tenant didn't pay rent for 2 months, you could just serve them notice and have them out with 2 months notice. Now, that's pushed to 3 months arrears and 4 months notice. That means a tenant can pay nothing for 3 months, and there's very little a landlord can do apart from basically watch their bank balance deplete. Now, the second issue is if you want to give that property to your friends or family to live in, or if you want to sell that property, you can under the grounds 1 and 1A, and the tenants will have to leave within 4 months. But if the landlord changes their mind and decides, oh, you know what, I can't actually sell this, I'm sorry, or my sister said she doesn't want to move into the house anymore, well, they're kind of stumped because the law now says you cannot re-let. In fact, you cannot even market the property for 12 months. Bye-bye bank balance, hello repossession orders. Imagine not having any rental income for 12 months. On top of that, there are more compliance costs. In just 4 years' time, EPCs have to be a minimum rating of C, meaning that most properties are going to require some significant upgrade. It's everything that accidental landlord didn't really want. This was supposed to be passive income, and now it's turning into a full-on business, and that's not really what people want. And they're feeling trapped. And when you feel trapped, you kind of just want to get rid of that property. It's hurting every single day. So, who is actually selling? Well, there are 3 types of landlords. So tier 1, accidental landlords who have basically had a property fall into their lap through inheritance, divorce, or any other means. They don't really know, they don't really care about property, care about investing, but they've been enjoying that rental income that's been coming on because they've got hold of this property. Then there's tier 2, those semi-professional landlords who are either working full-time in a job, but take property quite seriously, or they're in the property game full-time and they're likely self-managing or have a small team managing their portfolios, somewhere between 3 to 100 and 150 properties. Then you've got tier 3, there's large institutions like BlackRock and most of those banks who are buying up everything right now, and we don't really care about tier 3. I don't care about you. We only care about tiers 1 and 2, and especially the ones who are saying, I can't be bothered with this anymore. I just want out. I just want this property sold. And this group of people were not here a year ago. They've appeared ever since the Renters' Right Bill were first announced. They weren't even in the market. And I've been doing this since 2012, and I'm telling you, I've rarely seen it like this, where there are so many motivated vendors out there. So as a deal sourcer, you are in a prime time of the market right now, where there is an excessive amount of motivated sellers on the left and just as many hungry investors on the right. And there's us in the middle, the professional, compliant deal sources who are just sitting in the middle of that flow of money. And each time we go to find one of those properties for an investor, we earn £5,000 each and every time. And to do 2 deals a month in this climate, it's the easiest it's ever been if you know where to look. So let's get into that. There are 3 really strong ways of finding deals right now, especially targeting those tier 1 and tier 2 landlords. And the third strategy is actually the one you probably haven't thought of. Not many people know about it, and it's really powerful. Well, it's a well-known fact that you can find a lot of great deals through estate agents. In fact, most of my deals are from agents. But for this particular strategy, you want to look more towards letting agents, or at least the lettings department of that agency, because letting agents already know which landlords are stressed out, which tenants are causing problems, and which landlords are already talking about selling. That's really important. So if you talk to letting agents in the right way, you can actually get them to do a lot of the work for you and source those motivated sellers from their own database. And the crazy thing is, this costs nothing apart from your time and some petrol. So the first way is through letting agents. The second way is direct to vendor. There are many ways you can go direct to vendor, but 2 really stick out, both of which are going to cost you a bit of money, but you should be doing them, and especially the second one, regardless of what strategy you're looking at. The first is direct to vendor online. Okay, this is through Facebook, Instagram, Google. We regularly get a lot of leads in this way. You can either hunt them down yourself in the Facebook groups, there are thousands of them, or just do paid ads, which are very, very effective, but they do cost. Not all that much, but they do cost. The second and more effective is sending letters, direct to vendor letters. You should be doing this anyway, but this format always brings in quality vendors and quality leads before they go to market, which is exactly what we want. And it's what we've been doing since 2012. And that's really, really important. You've got to stay consistent in this. Normally, I suggest blanket leafleting out an area that you've decided to be your sourcing patch. 10,000 leaflets will get you about 10 leads, and 2 to 5 of them will turn into paychecks. And that will probably cost you about 1,500 quid, but you should be making about 10,000 pounds from that marketing. So it's really, really good return on your money. But there is actually a way to save drastically on these costs, and that's if you use prop tech tools and AI to find motivated sellers for you. Property data, property filter, or free extensions like property log. It's always worth using those tools. I use them every single day, and they're very, very powerful. And the third way you can find these landlords is likely the most powerful right now, and that's this. Did you know you can email your local council and ask them for a list of landlords, and they will give you a full list, including their rental property addresses, the landlord's home addresses, and their full names? It's pretty crazy, right? And when you get that list, you can throw all that data into a letter sending service called Stamp, and they will send out the letters directly to those landlords. And now you know a lot of these landlords are thinking of selling up. So it's really, really powerful. And this list is called a HMO register or a property licensing register. It's really, really simple to do. Every council is different. Some will be free and some will cost you 50 or 60 quid. I recently did one in my patch and that cost me £30, and I got a list of 600 landlords, and they're all getting letters sent to them. Some councils will tell you to go in and make copies, and some will send you by email and they'll say it's absolutely fine. The thing is, you have to request this. And when you write that initial email, don't just say, I want a list of HMO properties, because they can and they will just reject you. You have to have a real reason for it. If you want that exact email wording that you can just copy and paste and just send it to the council, you'll get it accepted every single time. It's the same thing that I've been using since 2012. Click the link below. It's the first link in the description, and you can have it completely for free. All I ask in return is that you like this video and press that subscribe button. I would very, very much appreciate it. Now, honestly, if you use all three of these strategies, I can almost guarantee you're going to get some strong leads in and make some money. The problem is you may not know what to say to those leads when they come in, or you may not have any investors lined up to sell the deals onto. And that will mean spending money on leads and getting nothing in return, which is the same as throwing money down the toilet. The good news is I have a deal sourcing community where I tell you exactly what to say to those sellers. And when you secure the deal, you can just sell it straight onto my investors and just make a ton of money. So watch this video next if you want to earn £5,000 a month quickly by selling deals.